Hello, my name is Mavis Amankwa, and welcome to the webinar, which is a free webinar on securing funding for your organization. I'm going to be sharing with you information, advice, and give you some guidance on how you can secure funding in terms of community funding for projects, initiatives, and campaigns that helps your community here in the UK. Really excited to share this session with you. So please sit tight and make sure you don't miss anything because there's so much to share in so little time. But I believe by the end of this session, you will be able to make a decision if you are looking to go for funding and you want to go for funding. So I'll give you that information. And also, my organization can help you to secure the funding as well. So let's go. So if you're looking to secure up to £150,000 here in the UK for your organisation, maybe you haven't got an organisation set up, but I'll be talking about that shortly. But do you have a project in mind that's going to benefit women, men, young people, and disadvantaged communities? A lot of you are doing a lot of great work out there in terms of helping communities, but some of you are limited when it comes to funding. Well, I've got some really good news for you. You may be able to get a grant to implement your project, initiative, or campaign as soon as possible. So, I'm going to be giving you an overview on grants available, how you can apply, and I'll be sharing some information with you as well. So, I want to ask you, are you set up as a social enterprise, a CIC, which is a community interest company, a charity? You could get funding. Or are you a social entrepreneur that wants to do things for the community, but you're not set up? Well, we can set you up and we can help you too. So it's about getting funding to help the community. And we're going to be showing you how to access that. Marvel Business Group, I'm the CEO and founder, and we were really happy to get this really great news a few months ago. We secured £49,997 for our client to run a project for children and young people. And when she got the information, she was over the moon because she was able, or she's now able, to help young people with whatever initiative or campaign that she had put together. We had helped her with the bid writing and proposal. And if you look at the note, it says the competition for this grant is very high. And in this funding round, 1 in 8 applications were awarded funding, and her organisation was one of them. So we are specialists. We know what to do, how to put all the funding and grant proposals together to secure funding for our clients. So if you're a CIC, social enterprise, or you have a charity, social entrepreneur that wants to actually do great initiatives, you are on the right webinar. So just give you a little bit of background information about myself. They call me Her Excellency Mavis Amankwa, BEM. I am a public figure, and a few years ago, I was given a King's Honour in 2023. So I was one of the first people out of the just over 1,000 people in the country to get a British Empire Medal from the King. I'm also a Goodwill Ambassador for United Nations, helping them with their Sustainable Development Goals. I've won over 16 awards. My specialism is business finance as well as marketing. I'm a serial entrepreneur and social entrepreneur. I've been running business for over 2 decades, and I specialize in funding and have helped to secure quite a lot of money. Here it says 12 million to 15, but recently we actually did our combined figure and it was 18.5 million. And we've helped over 800 businesses, CICs, charities, and social enterprises to secure funding. I also do a lot of presenting, a lot of speaking, and I'm here to make a difference for the community. Making a change, making a difference. That's what I'm about. And hopefully, what you hear today, you will know if this is for you, if you want to make a difference. So as I said earlier, we have secured over £18.5 million. That's right, combined for clients in securing funding to help them with their initiative or campaign. And on top of that, we have great approval rates too. And this is a statistic that we have from 2023. We have a 91%, yes, that's right, 91% success rate, grant approval statistics for any funding under £20,000, UK pounds. That's our approval rate for anything under. Anything over £20,000, we have an 87% success rate. So our bid writers are professionals, they have a lot of experience, and we also work with consultants, advisors that will give you the information, advice, and guidance you need to secure funding. And we will hold your hand. We will tell you the do's and don'ts and the steps, and also for you to have an understanding of what funding is all about, the requirements, the governance, the due diligence, the reporting process, and getting that funding to make a difference for the community that you are serving or reaching. So we can help you to set up the organisation, and we have different grant packages. We have packages that range from securing £10,000, £20,000, £25,000, £50,000, £100,000, and anything more than that is a bespoke package. But if you want to secure £10,000, we have a package called the Sapphire package. £20,000 is the Aqua package. £25,000 is the Coral package. £50,000 is the Blue Diamond package. And £100,000 is the Green Diamond package. And anything over that is the Double Platinum package. So if you want to know more, at the end of this webinar, we'll have a link that will give you more information in regards to the packages and how much they cost. But our main thing is that we are helping you to secure funding for that project or initiative. And as I said earlier, I am the CEO and founder of Marvel Business Group, and myself with a team of around 50 consultants, employers, advisors, bid writers, project coordinators. We work together and we specialize in providing support in terms of funding for CIC charities, social entrepreneurs, and we are there to make a difference. So helping you to secure funding. As I said earlier, we have a very big team. There's probably about just actually over 50 of us here. And every day we are working to secure funding for organizations to make a difference. So we have team leaders, bid writers, senior business consultants, project coordinators, and a massive communications and marketing team. And if you look at my track record, I have been running business for over 2 decades. You can actually find out more about myself and the organization on Google, Wikipedia, and I've been in loads of media. And my main thing and passion is to help organizations with funding to make a difference in the community. So, who do we help? How are you set up? A CIC is a community interest company which is registered with the offices of CIC here in the UK. And normally a CIC organisation has the name CIC at the end of the organisation's name. So Joe Bloggs CIC. CIC, you can get funding. Community interest company, which is registered with the offices of CIC and also Companies House. A charity is set up with the Charity Commission, and you will have your own Charity Commission number registered with the Charity Commission. The next one is a social enterprise, a limited by guarantee at Companies House. Limited by shares is mainly a private owned company, which is limited by shares. Sole trader, you normally have a UTR number from HMRC here in the UK, or you're not registered and you've just started off as a sole trader. or you could be none of the above. Now, let me give you some background knowledge. In order to secure funding, you need to be set up as a CIC, charity, or social enterprise. If you're a limited by shares, sole trader, or none of the above, you will find it extremely hard to secure community funding. CIC, charity, social enterprise, you can secure funding, and maybe you're working within ministry, you can secure funding. If you need help, we can give you the right advice, the right structure of what to choose. Now, if you want to be a CIC or social enterprise, it takes a matter of weeks to get set up and get started. If you want to go down the charity route, it takes a longer time, up to 6 months. So it depends on your vision, your purpose, and what you're trying to achieve within a certain time frame. So, it's always good to look at what existing needs and funds are you looking for. So how much is it that you are looking for your initiative? So if you're an existing CIC, social enterprise, or charity, if you're doing, for example, £50,000, you could go for funding of up to £100,000 because of your turnover. If you're a B, completely brand new white piece of paper, a blank canvas, you can also go for funding, but the maximum you will probably get to start would be up to around 18 to 20,000 pounds, depending on the funder, depending on your sector, depending on the initiative and who you're targeting. So you need to understand and be clear who your target audience is and look at what funding is available. So, most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, is that you need to find the problem. What is the problem and the need? What problem and need are you solving? What solution are you providing? Because chances are you could get funding that's going to help you to expand and reach out to those that need the support most. So, what is the problem and need? What is the solution? And with grants, these are not loans, just to be clear, they are grants. As long as you spend them correctly, you run your projects, you do not need to pay them back if you use them correctly. And there's loads of advantages because you're helping the community. You are making a difference. You are really looking to do something different, a great initiative, a great project. You want to put a smile on that young person's face. There are so many advantages of running a CIC charity or social enterprise here in the UK. And again, there's also disadvantages, and those disadvantages is if you don't spend the money correctly, you could be asked to pay it back. If you don't actually produce the right paperwork, keep all your receipts, you can be asked to pay it back. But you would need to run a CIC charity or social enterprise how you would run a normal business here in the UK. But it's a great initiative and it's great where you can get funding to support the cause and make a difference. And maybe you're a social entrepreneur, you want to use your expertise, your qualifications, your skills, your experience to make a difference within your community. Social entrepreneurship is definitely the way forward as we move into so many different things in terms of AI, technology, helping the community, and using your skills to help those that need it. And I'll be talking more about the community of who you're trying to reach. So, social entrepreneurship is about providing events and activities that solve community based problems. And as I said, at Marvel Business Group, we are specialists. We help a lot of women based organizations, a lot of organizations from the Black, Asian, minority, ethnic community, also from the LGBT community, any community that is disadvantaged or comes under the umbrella of disadvantaged or minority. So we have over 30 years experience, bid writing. We work with the funders, and we also have a daily WhatsApp group if you join us, where you will get a list of all the funding that comes through on a daily basis. We will also help you to set up with the in-depth due diligence checks. Will help you through that. We'll help you through the eligibility. We'll help you with the guidance and the guidelines in terms of the checks. And you will have your own coordinator and bid writer as well. So it's really exciting. And we've got some great testimonies. Look on our website, look on our social media. You'll see some great testimonies. And here is one that you could just see from someone who was really happy when they had that news that they've got that funding as well. And we've helped loads of people secure funding. As I said earlier, we helped someone to secure £49,000 £29,997. And yes, that's right. This is not a scam. This is actually happening. And you could see loads of testimonies and the projects and work we have been doing for the last few years. People say to me, what is the catch, Mavis? Marvel Business Group, what is the catch? There is no catch. As long as you are helping the community, you are making a difference. We need people like you. So organizations come to us and we help them. And here's one testimony from an organization that said that we helped them to secure funding to help 100 people from the BAME community get on the stem cell donor register. So everything's about community grants and project initiatives, and most people will put these organizations together based on a lived experience or emotional attachment. So there's something that you've experienced that you don't want anyone else to go through, or you've got an emotional attachment about something that really, troubles your heart and you want to make a difference. So as I said earlier, funding is for many communities. So it could be the Black, Asian, minority, ethnic, which is the BAME community, the LGBT, which is the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community. It could be young people in terms of disadvantage looking for work. Maybe they cannot find work. They need some help with employability, get some work experience. It could be disabled community, those with special needs that need some help. Women and children, so it could be women who have suffered domestic violence or they're single mothers and they want to get back into work. They need some help around that, or they want to build up their confidence. They want to change their skill set, but sometimes just need some support and advice and guidance. Could be mothers, it could be children with special needs, or any child that needs that help and support. It could be an area where you live, where you want to make a difference in your environment. You want to tackle homelessness, or you want to open up a food bank that is going to feed the community. So again, lots of different ways of reaching out to community. It could be immigrants who have come over and they have problems in terms of accessing services. Could be families, could be on health, could be mental health, post-COVID, cost of living crisis, also isolation, elderly people. Some of them are unable to go out and they want someone that can help them to go and get their medication, or they just want someone to talk to. There's something called the loneliness grants. There are grants for the majority of these projects. The only three things that these grants do not support are pornography, forex trading, and anything to do with money laundering. So apart from that, most projects will get the support once you're set up in the right way. So accessing services as well, community cohesion, and the environment. And I mentioned earlier, food bank, cost of living. You might want to do something on race, you want to do something on gender equality, you want to do something on on gangs, knife crime, extremism, helping asylum seekers, unaccompanied minors. That list is endless, but it's just you thinking about what is it that who are you trying to reach? What is it that you need? How much do you need? And we can help you get that funding. Or you want to set up, run a charity that is going to make a difference, or run a social enterprise or a CIC. How much funding is available? This is what people ask me every single day. Well, have I got news for you? Here in the UK, it's not hundreds, it's not thousands, it's not millions, it's billions. Billions of pounds is available to secure funding. And everyone's saying, where's this money coming from? Money comes from different sources here in the UK. So it could be national funding pot, funding from government bodies, funding from local councils and authorities. It could be private funding and trust funds as well. And a lot of people don't know that these funds are there for you to help the community. So if you're set up in the right way, you can get funds to help the community. So there are all different types of grants available across the country. And this is national. It's not just in London or Birmingham or major cities. It is across the UK, including England, Ireland, and Wales as well. So it's about understanding what grants you're looking for and knowing which ones that fit into yourself or into what you do. And I get asked loads of questions, and this is a very short webinar, but I'll just show you some of the questions I get asked. So many people ask me, if I'm limited by shares, can I get a grant? Most likely, no. You need to be set up as a CIC, a charity, social enterprise, which I mentioned earlier on. There is a due diligence process, and many people ask me, what does that mean? Due diligence is making sure that you are complying with the setup of your organization here in the UK. There's a due diligence process in terms of if you're working with young people, your staff are DBS checked, or you're working with vulnerable adults, you have all the policies and everything in place. You are set up the right way legally, and you are matching the criteria or the eligibility in terms of the due diligence process for that particular funder. But remember what I said earlier, we can help you. So if it's the due diligence process you're stuck on, you want some help, you need some information, you want some help with your paperwork, your governing documents, we can help you to make sure that you're set up in the right way. There's also a grant process. It depends. Some grants could take 3 to 4 months. Some grants can be a matter of weeks, and some can take up to 6 months, depending on the funder and how much you're looking for as well. And the legal entity is that you would need 2 directors minimum to set up as a CIC or social enterprise. So 2 directors, a minimum, that's the legal entity, and you need 2 directors. And that could be yourself if you're watching today to find out more, or it could be anyone else. If it's a family organization that you're trying to put together, then you would need to be unrelated on the bank accounts. You would need to have 3 directors as a CIC or social enterprise. If you are a charity, it's completely different. You need your 5 to 7 trustees, and it's completely different ball game altogether. But CIC, social enterprise, quickest way, 2 people on the bank, unrelated. So those are some FAQs. I also get asked, can I apply for multiple grants at the same time? Yes, you can. So you can go for 3 or 4 different ones. You might want to go for a local authority one of £20,000. You want to go for a national fund of 15,000. You want to go for a private funding of 5,000. You can run them all at the same time. This is what we call multiple grants, and you can run all your projects either parallel, or you can run them one project after the other. It depends. We also have something called project costs. So most people will say, I need £15,000 to run a project for young people or for a food bank. This is how much it's going to cost for the food bank. This is what we need. Food, we need to buy the food, we need to have volunteers, we need to pay for the venue. So you basically look at what needs to be done for that food bank project. Or you're looking for core funding, where you want to get funding for your staff. So you want to take on an administrator for 3 years and you need funding every single year. There are core cost funding for 3 consecutive years for a administrator. Yes, I know some of you are like, are you sure? I'm 100% sure. There is so much funding, so much support, especially if you're doing some really great things in the community. There's a reporting process. People keep saying to me, Mavis, what's with the reporting process? As funders, the funders would like to know the money that they've given you, the grant that they've given you, how did it go? What did you spend the money on? What did you buy? You need to keep all your receipts for 6 years or more. Reporting process as well. And then also at the same time, you need to be able to report to the funder and tell them, was the project that we did, this is how it went, these were a few challenges, this is how many people attended, these were the outcomes, and the funder really likes to see some really good work as well. So you keep all of that evidence and you present it in terms of your reporting, your monitoring, and your valuation as well. You need to have a UK bank account. Sorry, if you're outside of the UK, this is strictly for those in the UK. So you need a UK bank account. It could be a digital bank account or a high street bank account, but you would need that in the organization's name with your 2 directors, as I said, minimum. So you would need that as well. Can you be paid? Many people ask me, can they be paid? Yes, you can be paid to a certain degree, but it depends. You need to be transparent from the outset that you're going to be paying yourself, and you're going to be paying yourself the going rate of whatever that job may be. So maybe a project coordinator or administrator or youth worker, you can be paid, and you would need to set up your payroll, or you would need to go for a third party organization that can help you in terms of getting your payments as well. So you can be paid if you're the right person, your other director agrees, and it's the going rate as well. You can be paid. When can you get funding? You may ask me. Well, you can get funding at any time, as long as you are set up the right way. As I said earlier, it's a CIC, charity, social enterprise. That's how you get funding. And I've told you the legal entity, the structure, how many people. So it's about understanding how to set up and getting the funding that you need to make your project or initiative work. And you can get funding concurrently for 3, 5 consecutive years. So it might not just be a one off. And you build up, you start off small with your funding and then you get bigger as well. So loads of projects and initiatives, so much work to do. If you believe that you're the person or your organization can make a difference and it's funding that you're looking for, we can definitely help you to get that funding. Marvel Business Group, myself and the team can help you with the bid writing service. We can help you with the setting up. We can also help you with the reporting, evaluation. We can hold your hand. That's right, you heard it right. We can hold your hand and we do charge for our services, but our services are very reasonable and we can negotiate as well. So we have payment plans as well that can help you, and we have those success rates that I mentioned earlier. So at this present moment, we have around 600 clients that we're helping, and every day someone is winning some form of funding to run their project. So if you like what you've heard so far and you want to go forward, the next steps is this. So if you work with us, obviously you've heard all the information today. You could take it away and go and do your own thing. If you want to work with us, we're going to help you. We're going to save you that time and money of trying to work everything out because it can get quite complex. We'll explain and teach you about the sector, the industry, and the funding and the grants are available. We'll talk you through the due diligence and the governance. We'll show you the do's and the don'ts. Lots of people make mistakes and sometimes they get blacklisted or they've been told to pay the funds back because they didn't use it the right way. So we'll give you that support. We'll share some great testimonies with you, some examples, case studies as well. We'll speak to you about finance and taxation in terms of providing you with the right person. So an accountant, we can signpost you to accountants, web developers, and anyone that you need. Maybe you need to get public liability insurance when your grant is approved. We can give you contacts for that as well. And we can help you through a 12 to 18th month strategy to secure the funding and help write the applications with you so that you will understand the project, what you're trying to do, what it's required, and meeting the eligibility for the client as well. So we can get you set up and help you long term. This is a long term strategy as well. So if you are already set up as a charity, CIC, or social enterprise already, get in touch with me and we can tell you more about the bid writing services. I told you about the different packages, which range from the Sapphire package up onto the Blue Diamond, up onto the Platinum Diamond package. So get in touch with me if you are thinking about it. Let's have a conversation, or get in touch with anyone on my team. We are here to help you and advise you. And again, as I said, funding is available and there's billions of pounds. It's just understanding where, what, when. If you don't know, we can help you. So if you're ready set up, then if you're not set up, then we can also help you set up from scratch. Month 1, by month 6, you'll get your funding. Normally about month 4, but we try and give it like a 1 to 6 month window. If you are set up, it's normally around 12 weeks, around 3 months as well. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I hope you found this presentation very what can I say? Very useful in terms of the information. If it wasn't for you, please pass it on to someone that may want to know about this funding. They can access all the links. So you'll see some links. You could just click on the link if you want to access our services, you want to know more, you want to have a chat, you want to sign up with us. We'll go through the whole process. There's a deposit payment that needs to be paid. Again, we have an agreement, we have a contract, we set some KPIs, and you've seen our rates as well, our success rates as well. So thank you so much. My name is Mavis Amankwa, and I hope that you found today this webinar, that you've listened to it, you've watched it, and you found it very useful, and you're going to be taking that step of making a difference and building your CIC, your social enterprise, your charity, or your social entrepreneur that wants to make a difference, but you want to access some of that billions of pounds that's available to make a difference, to help that ex-offender, to help that young person, to help that elderly person at home that wants help with some washing up, or they want you to go out and get their medication, or you want to help that lady, a single mother that we want to treat her on a day out to get away from her kids, just to have a bit of her own private time. So thank you so much. My name's Mavis Amankwa.